Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about what happens when someone puts a product into their virtual shopping cart for checkout. We're going to talk about how to raise your average cart value so every time someone puts items into their shopping cart, you have optimized the process for the highest average amount. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to Sell Your Lessons. I'm Jessie, your digital marketing coach. And today we're going to talk about how to raise the average amount that someone puts in their shopping cart when they're at your online store. This is called your average cart value, or ACV for short. The first way to raise your average cart value is creating a no-brain offer. You don't just want to say, here's my lesson plan, but you also want to say, here's my lesson plan along with this guide to show you how to use it, this guide to help the students, this additional thing if students are absent, and the list goes on and on. If you really want to dive into how to craft a complete no-brainer offer, be sure to check out this video here where we kind of dive into all the different ways that you can really craft the perfect offer to sell to your audience. Once you have your offer nice and down pat, now it's time to think of the rest of the sequence. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about your sales funnel. But don't worry, by all these technical terms, sales funnel is just a customized shopping experience. It's taking the customer on a journey. So you start them at one place, then you offer them the next logical piece to the puzzle, and then the next logical step, and so on and so forth. So by the end of their entire sequence, they have risen their average cart value. So when someone checks out, they're more likely to have more in their cart than just that initial piece. So the next piece to that puzzle is what we call the order bump. Now, using ClickFunnels is one of the platforms that I really enjoy using, and ClickFunnels makes it so easy to have your product and an order bump on the exact same order form. And what that is when someone selects what they want, they see the product they're purchasing, right before the submit button, there's a little box that says, check here if you'd like to add this to your offer. So it's not as detailed as the original offer, but it's just a little, hey, while you're here, you've already put in your credit card information and your address and all those things. Why don't you just click that little checkbox and add this to your order? That's called the order bump. It is really nice. It oftentimes goes hand in hand with the offer, but it's not required. We don't want to make people feel like they have to select the order bump. We want it to be that little boost. So for example, let's say you buy a lesson on, I don't know, Dia de los Muertos. Let's say that you sell that lesson, but in order to accompany it, a nice little bump would be to add a sub lesson plan. So you have your original lesson plan, and then the order bump says, add the accompanying sub lesson plan right here. Click. Now, do they have to have that accompanying sub lesson plan? Of course not. But it is kind of nice to have, and I think a lot of people would find that alluring, so they're going to click that button. But if they don't, they still find extreme value from your original offer because that little bump isn't necessarily required. The next thing that you can do to raise your average cart value is after the offer, after the little order bump, on the next page, it's not the thank you page. Instead, it's a one-time offer. Offer a different lesson. Now, you don't necessarily have to keep it in the same area as the original offer. It could be a completely different lesson. In my example, I used a holiday. I could offer a different holiday activity on the next page, or I could offer a bundle of all the holiday activities I offer. So if you are, say, a math teacher and you're offering one lesson, then the next OTO page, the one-time offer, could be a bundle of the entire unit. You know, you just got to get creative and think about, well, you know your audience best, so you need to figure out what they're going to need next. That's the OTO, or the one-time offer. After you've gone through that, then the next page can most certainly be the order confirmation page. But that doesn't mean that it's wasted real estate. Instead of just saying, thanks for your purchase, here's how you access, why don't you do a little bit of marketing and say, hey, thanks for your purchase. It's on its way to your inbox, but while you wait, check out some of these offers below. I think you'll really enjoy them. And then you create what we call an offer wall, which is just kind of a wall of different images and different descriptions of different products that you also offer. So they've just gone through your customized sale experience, that sales funnel for your first product. But if you have other things in your online store you think they might be interested in, offer it to them on that order confirmation page. Let them see, even if they don't purchase at that moment, let them see what else you offer, so hopefully they'll come back later and purchase. The next piece to this puzzle of raising your average cart value is following up. It's the follow-up. So when someone made the original purchase on your website, hopefully you added them to an email list. And don't forget that. Take advantage of it. Follow up with those same people who have already proven that they are interested in what you have to sell. Email them a week or 2 weeks later and start to let them get to know you and ask questions. How did you like the lesson? Is there anything you would change? Leave me a review, because of course we all love reviews. That would be really great to put on your original offer page. But let's take it a step beyond and say, hey, if you really enjoyed that, I think you might like this lesson too, and here's why. And then try to guide them into maybe one specific product instead of that offer wall that offered many. We want to have one specific product and say, hey, maybe you like this, and then that gets them going into the next sales funnel. So then from there, you can just continue to, at the end of that sales funnel, offer them the next one and the next one. And that really, hopefully, by the time they come back a few times, they might buy more than one thing at a time just because they know you. And that's kind of how we raise that average cart value of the average amount that we'll make every time someone visits our store. I hope these tips have been super helpful for you on how to raise that average cart value to really optimize the amount of money you're making in your online store. If you're really enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're alerted every Tuesday when we put out new content. Until then, be sure to check out some of the other videos on the channel and have a wonderful week. Bye.